The shortest intro ever. We're doing a first impression wear test of the new SHISEIDO REVITALESSENCE Skin Glow foundations. I actually was not planning on buying this because I do have one SHISEIDO product, which is the self-sinking, refreshing, whatever concealer, and I think it's okay, but I'm not wowed by this concealer. But then I saw the review from Charlotte Holcroft. I didn't even see the review. Or did I? No, I didn't. I just saw the title that this seemed to be a very, very good foundation. So I just had to try it. And let me just read off what this says. A serum-like formula with buildable medium coverage. The Shiseido Revitalescence Glow Foundation leaves skin with a fresh luminosity suitable for all skin types. The foundation helps blur and visibly balance the skin while delivering up to 24 hours of foundation. Bold. The crease-resistant formula blurs the lines between makeup and skincare, utilizing a blend of niacinamide and fermented kefir. Okay. To help nourish the skin barrier. With continued use, the complexion appears smoother and brighter with fine lines visibly minimized. First of all, that's just not happening. We know that. It's quite pricey. So depending on where you buy this ranges between 50 and 60 euro, but it does come in 30 different shades. But I have to say that I feel like the shade range is, I don't want to say it's off, but when I look at the picture of these shades, let me pop it just up here, I feel like even though I see 30 shades, I only see like 20 because, or like 15, because a lot of them do look the same. I try to match myself online with the foundation website that I always use, where you enter like your reference shades that do match you, and then the website is telling you what shade you should buy. And it said that I should go with 110 Alabaster, which is the lightest. Yeah, it's the lightest one. Actually, from the pictures of the swatches, I would have gone with 120, but when they say 110, I do 110. It's a cute packaging, isn't it? So I applied this on my mixing plate and you can see it is quite runny. So it is a very, very liquidy foundation. And just by seeing this on the plate, I am 99% sure that this is too light. We can work that. Oh, fuck, this is white. Okay, but you know what? I'd rather have a foundation that is too light than a foundation that is too dark. So before I applied the foundation, I used my Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base Primer because this is the primer that I always use to test out new foundations. I also applied some concealer, and let me just explain before I get again a salty comment then, oh my god, this is not helpful. Although I like to film a foundation test, please keep in mind that the one that is using the foundation is me. That means that if I, for this foundation test, would completely change the way I do my face makeup, that would be false review for me. Because when I use this foundation again tomorrow, or would, because I won't, because I do have a second foundation that I want to test, I would do this completely different. My review would not be the same when I change my whole foundation routine. That's why I do not change it for a new foundation. I know what kind of products I can use. I know what works. I know what kind of primer and underpainting glow primer I can use so that my review is not falsified, because this is a primer, the Vitamin Enriched Face Base, that does work with every foundation that I tried. So I blended this now all in with a brush. I rubbed off some concealer, but now I just go over everything with a sponge. And I don't think I'm able to cover this red spot on my cheek because, as I mentioned a couple times, this is literally a wound because I'm a nervous skin picker. And this morning I just ripped off the layer of skin that has built on top of this, and now this is like a wet surface. I know it sounds a bit gross, but it literally wipes off that surface. So I think that is the most I can achieve. Upon first application, this reminds me a lot of the new MAC Studio Radiance foundation that I tried the first time in my brand review video, and I tried this a couple times more after that, and I really, really love this foundation. It is beautiful. And this looks very, very similar. So it feels actually very, very nice. It is really thin, but I think this has a good coverage. I mean, you've seen how this transformed my face. And even though this foundation is like half a shade too light for me, I can make this work when I'm done with setting and with bronzer and contour and stuff. So I will now finish my face makeup, Then I come back and tell you how this day will be going on with the test. All right, face is now done completely. I've set the face with the Milk Makeup Blur and Set. Unfortunately, this is not available anymore, so I know it's not fair to show discontinued stuff, but this is the powder that I always use with new foundations because I just know how it works. I setted my face with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray and applied a bit of an Hourglass finishing powder. To be honest, I kind of like the way this looks upon initial application. It looks absolutely stunning, no cakiness at all. I was able to like make the shade work for me, even though it is a bit too light. But you know, bronzer, contour, blush and shit, that just does magic. I will not be able to do like check-ins throughout the day, but I will do an end of the day check-in in like 8 or 9 hours, depending on when I'm done working. So it's now 6:45 a.m. and I will see you in a couple hours. All right, we're just doing a very quick check-in because unfortunately I don't have time to check in this evening. So it is now 2:30 p.m. So that means I wore this foundation for a bit over 7 hours, I think. When did I film? Like close to 7 a.m. I think. And let me just tell you that I really like it. Like the way it looks, a bit has rubbed off over here, but that's okay because, you know, I scratch, I skin pick. The chin looks nice. This area looks nice. It is a bit shiny. I mean, I'm sitting now in front of direct sunlight for a reason, because I just wanted to show you that it is quite shiny, but it's not a level of shiny where I would say like, oh, this is unbearable. I think the amount of glow, whatever's going on now on the face, is actually quite nice. So is this potentially better than my Chanel Sublimage Le Temps? Absolutely not. But just compared maybe to some other foundations, I would say I prefer this one over, for example, the Valentino foundation. I think this is also, I'm just looking over at my foundations so that I don't, you know, here are my foundations, so that I don't forget what kind of foundations I have. I prefer it a bit more than the Chanel Water Fresh tint. I know this is kind of an unfair comparison because the Water Fresh tint is literally a skin tint and the Shiseido one isn't. But I also would say I prefer the Shiseido one over the, for example, Hourglass Ambient Lighting, because both have, in my opinion, kind of a similar finish, even though Hourglass is definitely more coverage than Shiseido. From my first impression standpoint, to be honest, I like it. I am very, very positively surprised and I can't wait to use this foundation again. So to end the video now, I'm really happy with that foundation. I like the way it looks. I mean, I will wear it a couple more hours, so it's not that I like wash it off now, but I just don't have time to check in again. So I will put down in the description box what my final thoughts are on this foundation. And you know, tomorrow, so for you it's somewhere last week, I will try the, let me grab it, the new REM Sweetener foundation. And just when I see it, I mean, the shade could match, but I was really confused about the shade. So, but that's a whole different story. So, you know the drill. Go to the info box if you want to know how long I've been wearing this foundation finally today and what I think by the end of the day. And, you know, check out the fun links that are always there. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one.